What's really going on, PEZ collecting fans? All right, this is what I have for you today. This is a 2.6 Austria Pluto. Say hi, Pluto. They always have the coolest eyes. All right, this is the metal head spring. It does work kind of stiff. If you look at this dispenser, it is dirty. And we are going to clean this dispenser. So hopefully all the dirt in this area will disappear. So here is how I do it. I start with a glass dish as so. I put the PEZ dispenser in there. And I have some rubbing alcohol. And I have these really cool Q-tips. They really get on there. So, there we go. Now I'm able to use two hands. And, yeah, the inside of this thing's pretty bad as well. As you see, the alcohol will help take it off of there. Now, most of the stuff that's on the inside is going to be candy residue. A lot of times, candy would have melted in there and melted away, and sometimes that damages the springs. As you can see, this spring keeps sticking. Can't see if it's rusty in there or not, but you can see the candy residue that's in there. So I try to use 91% isopropyl alcohol. It absorbs into the air, evaporates, I guess I should say. And I really like these Q-tips because you can go for a broad area and you can get in some of the little nooks and crannies that they have going on there. So yes, as you can see, all the dirt that I'm getting off of the dispenser. And, you know, this thing with the patent, you know, and no IMC here. That's going to mean that this is one of the older ones, you know, from the 50s, 60s, whenever they first started with the Pluto dispenser. But yeah, I use a dish so it can catch some of the excess, so I can just dip my Q-tip back in there. Alright, he's a lot cleaner than what he was before. But this is what I was talking about. Inside this area in through here, it's really hard to get into those areas, but you know, with a lot of time and effort, you can have a nice clean Pluto. Now, I was talking about the patent number here and it being made in Austria. Well, what about this right here? As you notice, there is no made in country. I was mentioning before there's no IMC on this one in this area. But when you look over here, yep, another Pluto. There's this here. This is going to be your injection mold code, and it's 5. 5 lets us know that it is Yugoslavia. Now, because there's no made in country down here, oh yeah, also a 3.4 patent. So because there's no made in country here, that lets us know that this particular dispenser is not going to be out of the country. Sold, that is. If you have something that you export a good, or goods, I should say, that are PEZ dispensers, and they're going to another country, so we'll just say this one here has to have made in Austria, so we know the country of origin when it's sold in candy stores or toy stores or your local convenience store in the 1960s. But this one here with the 5 telling us it's from Yugoslavia, even though there is no made in country here, that lets us know that it was sold probably in Yugoslavia. So it's safe to assume and guess that this dispenser traveled its way to me here in the United States. It originally was sold in another country over in Europe. So that's kind of cool. So there you go. That's how you clean a PEZ dispenser. That's how you can tell them somewhat apart. If you look at the ears, let's see, there's a very slight difference in width. And then when you look at the back of the heads, here is the Yugoslavia inner sleeve. See this area right here? It's a lot different than the older 2.6 with no IMC. See right there. Now, these are sometimes missing. So make sure you check the back side of the dispenser, not only that the candy pusher here is actually there, but also that tab as well. As here you can see on the Yugoslavia one, it's going to be different. What I like about the Yugoslavia one, you can see the spring. See that? See that white sleeve? And you can see the spring in there. Get your head in the game! You missed the most obvious thing here. Look at this. Big snout. Austria. Little snout. That's going to be the Yugoslavian one. Oh, unacceptable. So until next time.